Hi everyone, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I will be talking about how Priestess is the most balanced character in the game. She is not broken at all. She is wonderful just as she is, does not need a nerf at all, as you will clearly see in these videos. So this first match is on church. We're playing against a Bloody Queen. I was doing with Alien, he was Seer. He told me she was going to church, so I started coming out, and she was not going to church. In fact, she came to backgate to me. I was hiding at first because I kind of knew the spawn. I left. Here she mirrors me. I might have been able to evade that if I portaled there or something, but I didn't want to get hit out of a portal or anything, and I wanted a more secure portal, so I ended up taking a hit there to the mirror, and then I ended up just kiting around in this area, knowing that, trying to stall out time, not wanting to give a hit, and I asked for Owl here because I knew she was gonna mirror. Alien gave it to me as I asked, and so I just kept running away from her, trying to get distance. At this point, I know her blink is probably up, so I'm trying to maintain distance if I can. Here, I dropped the pallet and kind of moved forward. Since I saw she kind of backed up, I doubled back to the pallet because I knew she was going to blink, and if she missed it, which she did, I would be able to vault back and completely dodge it. So I was able to continue to kite here for a while, thanks to the owl and the missed blink. But I do get mirrored here, and I did try to dodge the mirror, but I doubled back into it too late and wasn't able to get past the mirror to avoid the hit, and I do go down. So it was still a pretty good kite. One of the ciphers already popped, actually two, as I was getting walked to the chair. We have a prisoner on the team who's boosting the decoding quite a bit. So we're in a pretty good position here. I was a little bit worried about the officer making the save just because of how far away he was. He started heading in relatively late, all things considered, I think because he wanted to finish popping his cipher first. And so luckily, since it is a first officer, the Bloody Queen doesn't really know where he is until the very end. He takes a hit for me, which actually really helps me out, because when she mirrors, I'm able to get to the side of Graveyard, make a portal, and dodge that mirror, basically. And now, again, I can kite, and I know I'm gonna last until the next mirror now. I know that I won't go down to a Bloody Queen without mirror. I'm relatively confident with that when I'm in such a good kiting area. So I'm just trying to stall out as much time as I can. Here I try to make her lose sight of me so that she might mess up her mirror. And it works because her mirror does end up being short, so I continue to kite and transition. Here I do mess up. I didn't expect her to walk straight through the pallet, so I miss the pallet stun. She gets through the pallet before I'm able to get that, and does get me down. I was worried that I died on the last cipher, but that cipher at backgate was not actually started. It's just the Seer and Prisoner ended up both being there, but the first officer was working on the last cipher across the map, so it was fine. So the Seer and Prisoner are both here. Seer is farming an owl, Prisoner's trying to get another stun. He does rescue me really early here. I was actually really nervous about that, since even though he took a hit, the Seer was still there, so he didn't have to do the rescue, and he still did, so that was really concerning. And now I knew I had to kite. I always try to set up some sort of long portal whenever a Bloody Queen mirrors me, because that's the best way to dodge the mirror. It was kind of a weird portal because I was going between the Bloody Queen herself and her mirror image. And here she gets nervous and decides to break the pallet and pick up the Seer. So at this point I was like, alright, I gotta dip. The Prisoner can save. The Cypher's primed, basically. And we're in a very good position here despite everyone being injured. They pop the Cypher, and the Bloody Queen knows where I am because of Wanted Order. So I was a little confused here. It seemed like she was going for the Prisoner at first. So Alien did stack up another owl and went ahead and gave it to the prisoner. And so she just kept walking since she knew where I was and decided to keep chasing me. So I just started kiting in Graveyard. I ran to Graveyard. I knew that she would probably go to me, and I wanted to be in a safe area if she did. And I started kiting, and I had Dungeon. So while front gate was open, unfortunately the prisoner wasn't there. Here I was kind of worried, like, oh my god, we're gonna lose. Well, not lose, but tie, because the prisoner was at back gate. But Dungeon was right there. I did ping it a few times, and the prisoner did actually realize that. So he went over to Dungeon. You know, I pinged it again just to make sure. And he stood on top of Dungeon and did make it out at the very last second. So yeah, Priestess is perfectly balanced, as you can see. But, you know, clearly that wasn't enough evidence that Priestess is the most balanced character in the game. This game will truly show you just how balanced Priestess is, because she is a very good character. Of course, the balance I'm talking about here is without the super portals. I mean, the super portals are, they just make her even more balanced, as I'm sure you know. So this match is against a Ripper on Ever Sleeping. I always play Priestess on Ever Sleeping when she's not banned or not taken, because she is very balanced on this map. So I waited by the corner when I saw the Ripper coming towards me to see where he was coming from, and just portaled out, because Priestess is a balanced character and I can just go straight to the next kiting area like that. Here I was just like, alright, I'm gonna take a hit. I just need to not take a Foggy Blade. I did take a basic, thankfully. I was very scared that I wouldn't, because I am pretty bad at dodging Foggy Blades. I baited that hit to make a little bit of distance, put a portal down, tried to keep some distance and keep kiting. Thankfully for me, but not really great for Alien, the mechanic did get the kite. He saw her. He landed a very good Foggy and chased Alien here and was able to get him down. Pallet dropping speed is just not fast enough. Thankfully for us, the survivors, his bot was out, so he is decoding. And the doctor just finished her cipher that he died near, so there's no concern about him dying on the cipher. I went back to cipher, and at this point we just need to finish the Merc cipher, the bot cipher, my new cipher, and whichever new cipher the doctor starts. 4 last ciphers, 2 of which are of course worked on. Unfortunately, this is a Ripper. He's a speedy boy and has peepers and is able to pressure my cipher while Alien is on this chair. The Merc does a really good rescue here. Alien goes down, and when he starts running towards me, I'm like, oh hey, can you not die here? Maybe try to die towards Graveyard, because I need to decode this cipher so that we can hopefully win this match. So he does run back towards Graveyard, towards the gate, but I did tell him too late where to die, so unfortunately he does still die close enough to die on the same chair so that the Ripper will be able to pressure me again with his invisible speed and the peepers. We have 3 ciphers remaining, and they're all getting worked on, so we're still in a pretty good position, all things considered. It's just a little bit difficult considering that I can't work on my cipher as easily because I am injured, so I can't be risky about that. The doctor goes in for the save here. Unfortunately, that means we have 3 ciphers left with only me and the mech bot decoding. And despite 2 people body blocking, somehow he does get the hit on the mechanic here. And Alien is dead on chair at this point in the game. Takes a hit on the Merc. And at this point, I know he's going to head over to me, so I start running away from my cipher. At the very least, if I do die, I want to die away from my cipher to make sure that they can finish it so that we can at least tie this game. it would be very annoying to die on the Cypher and then screw the whole game over. So, as the balanced character that I am, I portal to Corner House, which is one of the most broken kiting areas on this map. I just start running around, portaling, trying to keep some distance. I'm scared of Ripper. I kind of panic when I kite him. So I just kind of do things and hope it works. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Unfortunately, I do go down right here. I'm not very pro at mind games, especially with Ripper. But I did still stall out enough time. The Merc will be able to finish my Cypher. And the Doctor is on the last Cypher. Thankfully, although he brought me back to my Cypher, the Merc was able to finish it in time, since it was far enough, and he did go to it. So the Merc is kind of just waiting out the chair. The Doctor is decoding, and at this point, the Cypher will be primed by the time he goes in for the save. Very nice foggy there, and a double hit on the Merc. So at this point, I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, I gotta kite out enough time for the Merc to, get to half health so that he doesn't go down after the Cypher pop. But for some reason, the Ripper doesn't actually hit me earlier. He decides that he does want to Foggy Blade me. So I just do my best to avoid a Foggy Blade. I'm really scared right now. If you ask Alien, when we were in VC, I was just like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see him. I don't know what to do. He did miss the Foggy Blade. I was like, alright. So at this point, I know his Foggy Blade's on cooldown, so he's either going to basic hit me or wait it out. So I know he's probably going to wait it out again. So I transition to this window. And here I'm spinning around and waiting for him to swing. The moment he swings, I vault the window so that I still have distance when the Cypher pops, because I wasn't confident in dodging that. And he does leave me here and try to find the Doctor and the Mercenary. They're at the other gate. I was at Graveyard and I started transitioning away because I knew where Dungeon was. I knew I was at Fake Gate. And I was like, alright, maybe I can clutch Dungeon here, because I am the most balanced character in the game, I was actually hoping to get the last kite. I was nervous when he left me, but I was actually really happy that he came back to me, because I was able to do the very balanced pro gamer move of portaling through 2 walls and jumping into Dungeon. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my explanation of why Priestess is the most balanced character in the game. And that will be all for today. See you in the next video.